Fuck best ball. My best ball season officially ended yesterday. Look at this shit. Out of the 150 lineups I put in, I maxed it at the beginning of the year. Out of my 150, 20 made it to round two. And out of those 22, made it into round three. And my teams just got fucking slaughtered yesterday. Ugh. I got a bunch of Raiders left, but unfortunately, I'm just way too far down for these Raiders to have any impact. This was the lineup that killed me because Bryce Young actually ended up showing up. I lost by 17 fucking points. I had this. I was in first place. Mike Evans going off. Chris Godwin somewhat going off. Baker Mayfield starting to go off. This fucking cunt had Rashad White and he had Evan Engram in that same game. Oh, god damn it. It just makes you feel like you wasted the whole year. You didn't, you get it. It's a game, it's a game, it's a game, it's a game, it's a fucking game, blah, blah, blah. It's a fucking game, right? Ah, fuck. It hurts. It fucking hurts. He had Tank Dell too, so I can't even say that he's players. This guy had a great fucking team. Look at his backup. He got fucking Lamar Jackson waiting in the wings there. Fucking depressing. So I got eliminated in round three. I'm 89 points down in this one, and I have who do I got left playing it? Devontae Adams. I don't think he's fucking scoring 80 points tonight. I had Keenan Allen, he was out. Michael Pittman was out. Richards, my whole fucking team was decimated. Mayer is out. We got nobody left. We got Renfro, Garoppolo ain't fucking playing. Zamir White. So we got Zamir White, Jacoby Myers, and Devontae Adams, and Hunter Renfro going tonight. That's who I got left to try and score me 89 fucking points to win this tournament, which I don't think is happening. So my best ball year is over. The worst is underdog. I had five teams. I had 100 teams, I think, in underdog. 20 made it to round two, and out of those 20 teams, five made it to round three. And I got McCaffrey and Purdy going tonight, but I'm way too far down in those. And oh god damn it, you just want to give up. There's 2 more weeks of fucking football going, and you just like fuck the rest of the season. But who's crying for you? You got to look at this as like a metaphor for life. It sucks, you lost, but there's more games to be played. And your motivation's just not there. You don't want to play. I just picked up some fucking weed. I was gonna quit because I said I was gonna keep smoking my pens until best ball was over, but I'm still shit. I'm still in a pissy mood about it. And there's like 3 games today. Can't swim, can't do nothing. Gotta fucking play. You gotta fucking play. You gotta play with your strategies and modify your strategies, and you just don't want to because you're like, what's the point? But you realize nobody at home is going, well, it's too bad he doesn't want to play anymore. Those fucking cunt shark pieces of shit. I swear to God, I hope to get fucking cancer for Christmas because they're such cunts. They're all cunts. Fucking cunts, all of them. Fucking fantasy football. Let's do this. Let's get back on the horse. 20 captains. Pat Mahomes. Devontae Adams. Travis Kelsey. Rashid Rice. Josh Jacobs. Aiden O'Connell. Isaiah Pacheco. Jacoby Myers. Zamir White. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Oludokun, I don't think so. McKinnon is on IR. Harrison Butker. Daniel Carlson. Justin Watson. The Chiefs D. Mike Mayer is out. Piece of shit. Fucked my goddamn lineups as usual. Raiders D. God, this is just, it's depressing. You're trying to put yourself in a good mood. You can't. Fucking, my best ball season's over. Trey Tucker, Marquise Valdez, scumbag. Who's that next? Yeah, it's Trey Tucker, scumbag. And Amir Abdullah. Noah Gray. And finally, Brandon Bolden. Ah, let's do this. 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 Top six cards in the deck: Mahomes, Adams, Kelsey, Rice, Jacobs, O'Connell, with a $14,000 deficit. Pat Mahomes completed 27 to 37 passes for 305 yards and 2 touchdowns with 2 interceptions in Sunday's win over the Patriots. Kansas City was down 14 to 10 at halftime. Mahomes shifted into high gear in the third quarter, leading his team on 3 scoring drives that included a 6-yard touchdown pass to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Neither pick can be blamed on Holmes either. One was a result of a bobbled pass by Kadarius Toney, while the other saw rookie linebacker Marte Mapuru rip the ball away from Noah Gray. It's only the 4th time this season Mahomes has thrown for more than 300 yards, and the first week since Week 7. He'll look to produce big numbers again in Week 16 against the Raiders defense. He racked up 298 yards and 2 touchdowns against in their first meeting this year. A lot of names just popped up. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Kadarius Toney, Noah Gray, and the Raiders D. There's no logic in picking lineups, so we just try to invent our own little stupid system. Davante Adams brought in 8 of 12 targets for 101 yards and a touchdown in the Raiders' win over the Chargers on Thursday night. Adams led the Raiders in receptions, receiving yards and targets across the board, and completely unexpected offensive breakout from a team that had been shut out just 4 days earlier. The perennial Pro Bowler wideout contributed to the jaw-dropping point total with a 3-yard scoring grab on a pass from Jacoby Myers that capped the opening drive of the second half and served as Adams' 4th touchdown of the campaign. Adams' yardage total also qualified as his 2nd highest of the campaign and second one over the century mark, affording him plenty of momentum going into a Week 16 divisional road showdown against the Chiefs on Christmas Day. Jacoby Myers. Travis Kelsey caught 5 of 7 targets for 28 yards in Sunday's win over the Patriots. Bill Belichick's defense made it a priority to stop Kelsey from beating them, and while it wasn't a successful formula for winning the game, it did lead the tight end to his lowest yardage total since Week 9. Kelsey is 76 yards short of another 1,000-yard campaign and 15 receptions away from his 4th season with at least 100. And a look to pad his totals in Week 16 against the Raiders defense. He delivered a 691 line against on 7 targets in their first 2023 meeting. That's 2 for the Raiders D. They're shitting on the Raiders D, which makes me want to take the Raiders D. Why? Again, no fucking logic in a showdown game. Rashee Rice caught all 9 of his targets for 91 yards and a touchdown in Sunday's win over the Patriots. The rookie has completed his transformation into Pat Mahomes' favorite wideout, leading Kansas City in targets, catches, and receiving yards. But Rice's touchdown reception came on an Andy Reid special in on the red zone. Jerick McKinnon took a direct snap and flipped it to the crossing Rice for an easy score. The 2023 second-round pick has scored in consecutive games for the first time, and over the last 4 contests, he's amassed a 32, 334, 3 line on 38 targets. Rice will look to keep rolling in Week 16 against the Raiders, a team he posted his first career 100-yard game against in their first meeting. Pat Mahomes is on the board. Josh Jacobs. Still listed as questionable for Monday's game against the Chiefs, but he's been described as a long shot to play. Even though the Raiders had longer turnaround for their Week 16 game after playing a Thursday night game Week 15, Rappaport suggests that Jacobs is in a similar position to a week earlier, where he ultimately sat out the Vegas trouncing of the Chargers. Jacobs at least appeared to take a tangible step forward by managing one limited practice this week, after failing to participate in walkthrough sessions at any point leading up to last week's game. But he still looks like he'll require more time to recover from the quad issue, as well as an illness he picked up a few days ago. Confirmation on Jacob's status will arrive when Las Vegas releases his inactive list 90 minutes prior to kickoff. But assuming he's out for a second straight week, the Raiders will likely turn to Zamir White as their lead option on the ground. Amir Abdullah should function as the main change of pace back behind White, with Brandon Bolden representing a third option for the position group. Zamir White, Amir Abdullah, and Brandon Bolden. Brandon Bolden. Aiden O'Connell completed 20 of 34 passes for 248 yards with 4 touchdowns and no interceptions in the Raiders' win over the Chargers on Thursday night. O'Connell was thought to be in danger of potentially losing his job coming into Thursday, considering interim head coach Antonio Pierce declined to confirm his starter all week. However, the rookie brought himself into another game, to say the least, racking up new career highs in touchdown passes while connecting with Trey Tucker, Jacoby Myers, Mike Mayer, and Trey Tucker. They said Tucker twice in the first half. O'Connell didn't have much to do in the second half, but he'll now have some extra time to relish his first career multi-touchdown game before facing off with Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs on the road in Week 16's Christmas Day matchup. Tucker, Myers, Mayer's out. So Tucker, Myers, Mahomes. Trey Tucker is on the board. That's 2 for Jacoby Myers. That is 2 for Mahomes. Down the list until we get all the way up to Mr. Pacheco. DJ Turner. Nope, that's Vikings news. We need new news. Marcus Washington elevated from the practice Sunday. Washington will be elevated from Kansas City's practice time for the second straight time since signing with the team back in October, and is now set to play versus the Raiders on Monday. The 24-year-old should provide extra depth at receiver as Kadarius Toney has been ruled out with a hip injury. All right, Toney is out. No Kadarius Toney to fuck things up today. So Washington right now is our intriguing 6 card. Isaiah Gaithings, signed to the practice squad Wednesday. Gaithings had a workout with Kansas City and was subsequently signed by the team Wednesday. The tight end was let go by the Chiefs in August, but he now has a second chance. Fuck off. Washington right now. Mark down your 6. Marcus Washington right now is our 6 card until somebody sounds better. Old news for DeAndre Carter. Worst was I leaned heavy on Carter as my 6 card, and Tucker was the fucking guy. God fucking damn it. Fotheringham, elevated to the active roster Sunday. This is the first time Fotheringham has been elevated to the active roster since joining the Raiders practice squad August 30th. The undrafted rookie tight end out of Utah has a chance to make his NFL debut Monday against the Chiefs. Fotheringham, huh? Cornell Powell. Cannon Cole Sr. Deneric Prince reverted to the practice squad Monday. Prince played 10 snaps on special teams, failing to record a stat in the team's win over the Patriots on Sunday. If Isaiah Pacheco is unavailable Week 16, Prince could be elevated again ahead of Kansas City's matchup with the Raiders on Christmas Day. Pacheco is on the board. Jesper Horsted has been ruled out for Monday's game against the Chiefs. Horsted was a late addition to the Raiders' injury report Saturday after practicing in limited fashion. With Mike Mayer already ruled out, Austin Hooper is now the only healthy tight end on the team's active roster. Austin Hooper is on the board. This guy's done shit all year, but I got a feeling for some reason that Hooper's going to be the fucking guy today. Kay Wilkerson. Blake Bell played 10 of 65 snaps on offense and failed to haul in his lone target in Sunday's win over the Patriots. Bell has suited up in each of the Chiefs' first 14 games of the season, but since hauling in a short touchdown reception in Week 1 when Travis Kelce was sidelined with a knee injury, 32-year-old tight end has barely made a ripple in the box score. Altogether, Bell has put together a 319 one line and receiving on 6 targets this season, while typically seeing only a handful of snaps behind Kelce and Noah Gray in any given week. This motherfucker was the 6th card in a $100,000 lineup, and he hasn't done shit since. Just fucking typical. He's good for one fucking game, makes somebody a nice fucking chunk of change. He does dick afterwards. Fucking cunt. Hate these fucking players. They mean nothing. After that one performance, they mean nothing. And then you ignore them, that's when this cunt will be in a fucking end zone again. Fuck you, Blake Bell. Sorry. Mecole Hardman has been ruled out for Monday's game versus the Raiders. Hardman has spent the requisite 4 games on injured reserve following surgery to repair his sprained right thumb back in late November. As such, the Chiefs opened his practice window Thursday, but he managed 3 straight limited sessions, which wasn't enough to be activated to the active roster. Hardman's next chance for game action is Sunday against the Bengals, December 31st, New Year's Eve. Nothing on Fortson. Richie James, nah, that's old fucking news. They played the Patriots last. Britton Brown, nothing on this fucker. Jacob Johnson, elevated to the active roster Sunday. This is the 3rd time the Raiders have promoted Johnson from the practice squad since signing on November 21st. He's played 46 snaps over his last 2 games and has split his time between offense and special teams without recording a stat. The Chiefs signed P. Ryan to their 53-man roster Sunday. The move comes with Jerick McKinnon being placed on the Chiefs' injured reserve list with a groin injury. P. Ryan joined the team's practice squad August 30th and has been elevated by the team twice this year. He'll take over as the RB3 in the Chiefs' backfield behind Isaiah Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It's 2 for Pacheco, that's 2 for Helaire. All these guys just getting bumped up the fucking roster. The worst part is one of these cunts is going to be the difference maker. And it's not going to be the guy you pick. I like Washington, maybe. You know what's going to happen? Then P. Ryan will go off. Oh, wait, I like P. Ryan, so I'll put him in. You know what happened? Fucking Blake Bell will go off. We should have saw it. When Kelce was knocked out of that fucking game, we should have saw it. I should have saw it. It was so fucking stupid. Everybody was leaning on Gray. That's when you lean on Bell. Because the goddamn field dictates what happens in the fucking game. Sky Moore could return this season if the team advances far enough in the playoffs. Moore won't be eligible to return until the divisional round of the playoffs after going on injured reserve Monday. So it sounds like it's possible he may only need the minimum of 4 weeks to recover. The Western Michigan product ended his regular season with a very similar stats as his rookie campaign, making just 21 catches on 38 targets for 244 yards and a touchdown, despite playing 170 more snaps on offense. Translation, he sucks. He's a fucking letdown. This guy's on the fucking Chiefs? But it was a Cardinal. Doesn't matter. It's old news, so fuck him. Justin Ross had his roster exemption lifted by the Chiefs on Monday. Ross will return to the active roster, replacing Sky Moore as the team's 6th wide receiver after Moore was placed on injured reserve Monday. Ross last appeared in a game Week 7 versus the Chargers and reeled in 3 passes for 34 yards over 7 contests in 2023. They're just mentioning people. Let's get Darius Tony. I'm fucked up here. They're just mentioning everybody that's not playing, so we can't even write them down. Austin Hooper. Could this be the wild card? Hooper is expected to serve as the Raiders' starting tight end in Monday's game against the Chiefs, with Mike Mayer and Jesper Horsted ruled out for the contest. The veteran had taken a back seat to rookie Mayer in recent weeks, but Hooper could be in store for one of the largest snap shares of the season Monday now that the other 2 tight ends on the Raiders roster are sidelined with injuries. The Raiders could elevate Cole Featheringham for their practice squad to provide additional depth Monday, but he shouldn't be a major threat to poach any time from Hooper. Through 14 appearances on the season, Hooper has cobbled together a 16-154 receiving line on 20 targets. But Hooper's done good before, man. Fotheringham is on the board. Fotheringham is on the board. Hunter Renfro. Yeah, they played against the Chargers last time. Yes, okay. Renfro was unable to haul in either of his two targets in Thursday's win over the Chargers. Renfro not only failed to contribute to the Raiders' points, but he also played fewer offensive snaps than fellow wide receiver Trey Tucker, who caught 3 passes for 59 yards and 2 touchdowns. Renfro will continue to compete with Tucker for playing time behind Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers in Week 16 against the Chiefs. That's 2 for Tucker. That's 3 for Myers. And Adams is on the board. I love you, baby. Brandon Bolden, and here the possible captains begin. Bolden rushed twice for 25 yards and a touchdown in Thursday's win over the Chargers. Bolden had exclusively appeared on special teams this season ahead of Thursday Night Football's matchup, but he played 2 offensive snaps with Josh Jacobs sidelined. Bolden took advantage of the limited opportunity, housing a 26-yard run for 6 points in the second quarter. Zamir White served as the feature back, but Jacobs appears likely to return for a Week 16 tilt against the Chiefs. So they're mentioning Jacobs, so we got to get him in here. But Zamir White, that's 2. Noah Gray, wow, they haven't talked about this guy in a long fucking time, and he's getting plays. He's getting plays. He's getting in the fucking end zone. Amir Abdullah rushed six times for 32 yards, brought in both of his targets for 13 yards. Thursday's win over the Chargers. Abdullah tripled his previous season high in carries with 6 rushes, while Josh Jacobs was sidelined Thursday. But Zamir White logged 45 offensive snaps compared to Abdullah's 17. Nonetheless, Abdullah figures to continue providing relief on passing downs, even if Josh Jacobs is able to return Week 16 against the Chiefs. That's 3 for White. That's 2 for Jacobs. Marquise Valdez Scumbag secured his only target for 17 yards in Sunday's win over the Patriots. Valdez Scantling caught just 1 target on a day when quarterback Pat Mahomes attempted 37 passes. The veteran wideout has played at least 1/3 of the Chiefs' snaps on offense in all 14 games this season, but he hasn't exceeded 5 targets in any outing and has cleared 50 receiving yards on just 1 occasion. Had 1 good game against the Chargers. Hasn't done shit since. But you got to burn $3 on him because if he pops the fuck off, you're the only guy that has him. Trey Tucker caught 3 of 4 targets for 59 yards and 2 touchdowns in Thursday's win over the Chargers. He also lost 2 yards on his only rushing attempt. Tucker contributed to the Raiders' blowout victory by catching a pair of 20-plus yard touchdown passes in the first half, which also marked his first 2 NFL scores. The rookie logged just 3 offensive snaps against Minnesota in Week 14, but he was on the field for 29 plays Thursday compared to 27 for fellow wide receiver Hunter Renfro. However, it's unlikely that Week 16's matchup versus the Chiefs involves a similar game script. How the fuck do you know that? You don't know that! You don't fucking know that. And when you fucking tell us that, you disencourage us to play Tucker again, which is what I want to fucking do, so that he does nothing. If you run Tucker today, he'll run nothing because he's a fucker. Because fucking fantasy football is a goddamn mistress, and it fucks with you! Renfro's on the board. Kadarius fucking Toney. Out for Monday's game against the Raiders. Toney failed to practice in any capacity during the week, so the fact that he's been ruled out doesn't come as a significant surprise. Marquise Valdez Scantling should have a chance to step up in Toney's absence, while Richie James could also see his snap count rise. Look at that shit. It's MVS on the board, Richie James on the board. Raiders D. Mike Mayer is out. Mike Mayer has been ruled out for Monday's game against the Chiefs. Mayer was unable to practice in any capacity Thursday through Saturday and will miss a game for the first time in his career as a result. Austin Hooper is likely to handle the majority of snaps at tight end in the rookie's second-round draft pick's absence, while Jesper Horsted could see additional opportunities as well. Meyer's next chance to suit up will be Week 17 against the Colts. That's 2 for Hooper. We know Horsted is out. Chiefs D. Are we up top yet? Not yet. Justin Watson caught one of three targets for 31 yards in Sunday's win over the Patriots. Watson played on 68% of the Chiefs' offensive snaps Sunday, yet he again represented a low priority target in the passing game. The veteran wideout has recorded 22 receptions for 381 yards and 2 touchdowns in 13 games this season, and though his playing time has been on the upswing since the Chiefs' Week 10 bye, he seems unlikely to move ahead of either Travis Kelce or Rashee Rice in the team's pass-catching hierarchy. It's 2 for Kelce, and Rice is on the board. We're up top. All right. Daniel Carlson made all 9 of his extra point attempts in Thursday's win over the Chargers. Carlson didn't attempt a single field goal for the second straight week, but he contributed 9 extra points in the Raiders' blowout victory. A tougher test looms against the Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium in Week 16. Harrison Butker converted 2 of his 3 field goal attempts and all 3 of his extra point tries in Sunday's win at New England. After making all of his 23 field goal tries this year, Butker finally suffered a blemish to his stat sheet Week 15 when he pushed the 39-yard field goal attempt wide right in the first quarter. Kansas City's offense is still very good, and Butker is nearly automatic, so weather should be the most legitimate concern for him for the remainder of the fantasy season. Fucking kickers. Oh, I hate kickers. Jerick McKinnon placed on IR Sunday. With McKinnon now out for the rest of the regular season, the Chiefs' backfield down the stretch is slated to be led by Isaiah Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with LaMichael Pirine in reserve. Look for added details with regard to McKinnon's injury to arrive in the coming days, but for now it's unclear if he's a candidate to rejoin the mix should Kansas City make an extended playoff run. That's 3 for Pacheco. That's 3 for Helaire. And LaMichael Pirine is on the board. Jimmy G. Fuck. Another guy had all my fucking best ball teams did shit. Oh, what are the odds that Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Hunter Renfrow, and fucking Zamir White each score 25 points today? Fuck me. So fucking depressing when it's the last. This is the last leg of best ball, and I have no skin in the game anymore. All eliminated. Clyde Edwards-Helaire doesn't have a designation for Monday's game against the Raiders. Edwards-Helaire missed Friday's practice to tend to a personal matter, but he returned to drills one day later as a full participant, setting him up to be available for Week 16 action. Meanwhile, he'll welcome Isaiah Pacheco back to the Chiefs' backfield for the first time since Week 13, and Edwards-Helaire will be the complimentary complement to him, with Jerick McKinnon sidelined. On the campaign, Edwards-Helaire has averaged 3.4 yards on his 64 carries, hauled in 13 of 17 targets for 137 yards, and scored 2 touchdowns in 13 appearances. 4 for Pacheco. Sure. Zamir White is expected to serve as the leader of the Las Vegas backfield committee Monday in Kansas City, with Josh Jacobs in line to miss a second consecutive game. Though Jacobs took a small step forward in his recovery from the quad injury that kept him out of last Thursday's win over the Chargers by turning in 1 limited practice this week, he's also working his way back from an illness and ultimately did not make enough progress for the Raiders to feel comfortable with clearing him to play. Las Vegas got by just fine without its number 1 back in last week's trouncing of Los Angeles, as White stepped in to lead the rushing attack with 17 carries for 69 yards and a touchdown to go with 3 receptions for 16 yards on 4 targets. Reserves Amir Abdullah and Brandon Bolden also saw some involvement, but look for White to continue to lead the way on the ground versus Kansas City, while Abdullah operates primarily as a change of pace pass-catching complement. Amir Abdullah, that's 2. And it's 2 for Bolden. Jacoby Myers brought in 2 of 4 targets for 32 yards and a touchdown and completed both of his pass attempts for 12 yards and another score in the Raiders' win over the Chargers on Thursday night. Myers made a significant impact in just 2 touches, recording his 7th receiving touchdown of the season on a 22-yard grab late in the first quarter. He later added a 3-yard touchdown pass to Devontae Adams to cap off the Raiders' opening drive on the second half after catching a wide receiver screen from Aiden O'Connell. Myers now has reached the 60-catch mark for the third straight season, but it's worth noting his receiving score was only his second in the last 7 games. Myers draws a much tougher matchup in Week 16 road battle against the Chiefs on Christmas Day. 2 for Adams. O'Connell's on the board. And Isaiah Pacheco. Full participant Thursday. As promised by head coach Andy Reid earlier this week, Pacheco is back in full strength after missing the past 2 games and having a minor procedure on his shoulder. He should return to his usual role as the lead back Monday against the Raiders, which presumably means less work for Jerick McKinnon and a much smaller role for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. 4 for Helaire. All right, kids. Results are in. 4 for Helaire, 4 for Pacheco, 3 for Myers, 3 for White. We're going 3 fucking running backs in this game. And Jacoby Myers. Fading all the fucking stars. Why? Fuck it. Thinking 90 minutes before the game, so we'll know. Yep, Jacobs is out. Jacobs is listed as questionable for Monday's game against the Chiefs, but has been described as a long shot. All right, they're not telling you anything other than it's the same story. But he ain't playing. All right, kids, what do we got? This one is Mahomes. And underneath, going Myers, White, Helaire, Pacheco. That's how fucking insane. Because no other logic makes sense. I want to put Kelsey in there. I want to put Rashee Rice in there. I want to put his targets in there. But if I do, they'll do nothing. So we have to play somewhat fucking crazy. And I'm going to cap it. Oh, shit. It's either the Raiders D, Tucker, or I like even fucking Hooper to come all the way down here. I'm going Raiders D. I'm going Raiders D in one of these. And in this one right here, because I don't think, I mean, Brandon Bolden could be a captain. Could he? Gray? Nah, I don't fucking think so. Anybody we can ditch here, Watson. All these guys are potential captains because if they go off, nobody's fucking got them. This is how crazy Batman made Gotham. All right, fuck it. We're doing this. We're doing this. Pacheco, Myers, White, Helaire. Chiefs D. Kelsey. And then again, they're all just right here waiting for you. Pacheco, Myers, White, Helaire. This is how fucking, this is what I'm doing today. Close it with Bucker. Rashee Rice. Pacheco, Myers, White, Helaire. Butker. No Jacobs today, so we're actually going to run another Mahomes with Pacheco, Myers, White, Helaire, but instead of the Raiders D underneath, now we'll go Trey Tucker. Aiden O'Connell, of course. Pacheco, Myers, White, Helaire. 7 left over. We'll give him his kicker. Now we have Pacheco up here, so we can go Myers, White, Helaire. Of course, we're going to take Mahomes and Carlson underneath. Myers underneath. So again, we go Pacheco, White, Helaire. Everybody loves Pat Mahomes. We love Pat Mahomes. And follow it up with some Harrison Butker action. Pat Mahomes has made me money. I love Pat Mahomes. I fucking think he's got the ugliest, fucking most annoying wife in creation. Samir White's Pacheco, Myers, Allaire. Get a little Mahomes action. And again, just following it up with Butker. Cameron Dicker, the kicker, was the winning fucking lineup yesterday. That piece of shit. Okay, again, we got Checo, Myers, White. Coming with some Mahomes action. Close it out with some Butker action. It's pretty much just going with this core lineup that we got here. Fading the weaponry. Pacheco, Myers, White, Allaire. 12 left. Oh, yeah, we're going Mahomes. Now we could probably do some upgrades. Donaldson, Pacheco, Myers, White, Allaire, Mahomes. If there's anybody you want to go after, you can sub out White for Connell. You can any of these motherfuckers if you want them. Going contrarian, which means we're going to lose 60 bucks or we're going to make 3 grand. So again, Pacheco, Myers, White, Allaire, Mahomes. 26 left over. You can easily trade out any of these motherfuckers for White. For Rice, for Adams, it could be done, but we're not. We're trying to go ultra contrarian here. Again, minus 60, positive 3,000. Here we go, Butker. So again, we're going to go Pacheco, Myers, White. But instead of Allaire, now we'll go Mahomes. Yeah. You may say, Faro, what the fuck are you doing? This is stupid. There's no logic. There's no logic in showdown games. You keep thinking there's logic. There's no fucking logic. There's no fucking logic. 10 grand left over. So let's burn out of, let's go with Adams. Keeping Zamir White. Pacheco. We definitely don't want keep Pacheco because they can Rice over Pacheco. There will be no running game. It'll be a lot of throwing. So we're going to slaughter stack this out, put in Rice. Trey Tucker. So again, you get that 4 in there. Pacheco, Myers, White, Hilaire. You toss in Mahomes. Now let's get Aiden O'Connell in here to be throwing to, so we're going to get rid of Hilaire is going to be our weak link. And we'll get O'Connell in here to throw passes to Tucker. Marquise Valdez scumbag. It sucks to have to play this guy a captain, but you have to be protected if he goes off. He's not going to go off, but if he does and you don't have him, you're going to be really fucking pissed off. Now, again, you can get Kelsey in here instead of Allaire, but I feel like they're going to run. Fuck it. Kelsey, I feel like, is on the downswing. Abdullah, I don't know. I don't see a captain here. I'm going to do a Mahomes slaughter stack. On my wall is the Mahomes slaughter stack that won me 20 grand. And it was Mahomes, Kelsey, Allaire, but it was also Mecole Hardman and Tyreek Hill. Hardman's not playing. I'm going to go Rice. We can't get Myers. Let's go with Austin Hooper as our lone Raider. And let's go either Butker or Chiefs defense. Butker. And now we're going to do the underneath reverse. Well, Noah Gray can actually pop off. So I kind of, no, he can't. He's not popping the fuck off. Here, this is not bold. And here we're going to have Hooper. just in case Hooper has like the greatest game of his life. We're going to go underneath with 5 Chiefs. Mahomes, Kelsey, Rice, Pacheco. And give him his fucking quarterback. Give him O'Connell. Gray. Gray will come in with everybody but Kelsey. Actually, no, give him Pacheco, Myers, White, Allaire. 59 left. Keep it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm either going to lose 60 bucks or I'm going to make 3 grand because that's as fucking contrarian as it gets. May fate and fate decide your fortune. If you should win, come on in here. I need another 3,000 bucks to get me to the lifestyle I'm accustomed to. Peace, love, war, and all that other shit in between.